Get ready with me while I tell you guys the story on why, to this day, I still cannot sleep with all of the lights off.
A couple months ago, I told this exact story to you guys, but my best friend was telling me about her weird, creepy experience with a different little boy that she babysat. So I was like, okay, maybe I should retell it on TikTok. Because when I tell you I still have nightmares about this little boy, I still have nightmares about this creepy little boy that we used to babysit. I'm literally getting chills even thinking about this story, but let's get right into it. So we babysat this little boy every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning. His mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she had 3 different jobs, so she definitely needed help, and we threw out and basically had her kid for 3 days straight. For starters, this little boy was around 5 years old, and he wasn't nonverbal, but he never spoke around us. We never really questioned it because kids work in mysterious ways. And I'm really emphasizing the mysterious on this little boy. I have a really big thing for little kids, and I love little kids, and I would always try to play with him, but every single time I tried to play with this little boy, this is what I would get. The big eyes with the weird look on his face. I got a spray tan and look how splotchy my face looks. But back to what I was saying, it's fine, like kids are weird sometimes, right? Oh, at least he liked to watch TV. Oh, wait, never mind. He liked to stare at the blank screen on the TV. And if you tried to turn the TV on, he would look at you like, turn it off, bitch, I'm watching my blank screen. It would low-key creep me out a little bit because what in the world are you staring at a blank screen for hours on end before? Like, go watch some Cocomelon. Anyways, let's just skip to the most interesting part. It was a Friday night I will never forget. My bad, I take that back. It was a Thursday night, and I woke up around 3 a.m. in the middle of the night. So at this point, it was Friday. You ever have that feeling where you wake up in the middle of the night and you are dying of thirst? Well, I was on the second floor. This was in my old house. Anyways, I was on the second floor. I was feeling a little bit lazy. I was like, my legs aren't gonna work right now. I am in the middle of sleeping. But man, was I craving a juice box. I wanted one so bad, but we didn't have any. Reminder. We didn't have any juice boxes. At this point, we were too broke to afford juice boxes anyway, so I know we did not have any in the house. Again, emphasizing we did not have any. As I'm going to get up to go find something to drink, probably tap water, because again, we had nothing. This little boy walks in my room with a juice box. I didn't think anything of it. I took this juice box and I'm like, the Lord answered my prayers. Thank you so much. I said, thank you. He walked out of my room. I'm drinking the juice box. As I finish the juice box, I set it on my nightstand and I pull the covers over me to go back to sleep. I pop up. When I tell you, I was like, one, where did that juice box come from? Because I know we are too broke to have any in the house, like I said. Number 2, why is the little boy up? Why is he up? Why is he up? Number 3, how did he know I wanted a juice box? Because it is 3 a.m. It is way past his bedtime because his bedtime was 8:45. 8:45 p.m. You better be under the covers if you are under the age of 10 years old in that house. At this point, I know what you guys are all thinking because I was thinking the same. I'm like, we have babysat this little boy for how long? He is like family to us. Let me go back to sleep and stop overthinking. It's 3 a.m. You know, the demon's gonna get me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Even after telling myself, Gianna, you are crazy, stop overthinking, I was still overthinking, so I went downstairs to see what he was doing and why he was up.
Go downstairs and he is asleep on the couch and I'm like, Gianna, you are insane. You are insane. You just imagined all of that.
As I'm walking back up the steps, my room is right here. Here's the bathroom. This is the hallway. All the lights in my room were on and a couple downstairs. The rest of the house was completely dark. I know us. I seen that little fucker. I seen him. He was in the hallway. He was not downstairs asleep. Even though I just went downstairs and I saw him asleep, he was right there. I feel like I'm reliving it in my head. He was right there. He was right there. How did he get there? I don't know. I don't know. He teleported? I don't know. And again, what's going through my mind is it's 3 a.m. Crazy things happen at 3 a.m. So I go grab my flashlight. I shine it to exactly where he was and he wasn't there. So I'm like, I am not going to be able to go to sleep if I know for a fact he is not still downstairs sleeping. So I went downstairs to check if he was still sleeping on the couch and he wasn't there. He was not there. Let me just start calmly telling this story. I come back upstairs and he was asleep in my bed. I can't calmly tell it. That motherfucker was asleep in my bed even though I just seen him every which way of the house. At this point, I am bamboozled. I lock myself in the bathroom and I'm like, I'm just gonna fall asleep in here. And then I was like, never mind, I am not comfortable. I ended up going back into my bedroom and he's still sound asleep on. But now there's a new problem. My juice box wrapper was missing. As I am going to get back into my bed and lay right next to him and go to sleep soundly and forget about it all, he turns around because he was facing the wall and he said, I threw it away for you. That's the first time I ever heard that motherfucker speak. Literally the first time I had ever heard his voice, and it was the cutest but creepiest voice ever. Get ready with me while I give you guys a part 2 on the most creepy experience that I have ever had, aka the creepy boy that we used to babysit. So where we left off was that this was the first time that I have ever heard this little boy speak, and I was so spooked out that I slept with my mom that night. So after the first little creepy incident, nothing had happened for about 2 weeks straight until the next Thursday that he came 3 weeks later. So every time this 5-year-old little boy would come over and we babysit him, he would bring this little toy train, and it never failed. He brought the toy train every single time that he came. So on the Thursday that he came back, one of my friends named Abby was over. And yes, I already asked the mom of the little boy and my friend. They both said I can name drop. Her name was Abby. Abby, and the little boy's name was Lander. Also, Abby had never been to my house before, not once. Every single time that we hung out, it would be at her house, and that also plays a big role. She knew none of my siblings, and she knew nothing about this little boy. She had no idea that this little boy never spoke. So while I was doing chores, aka cleaning the upstairs bathroom, she was downstairs playing with all the little kids. Mind you, I am the oldest of 6 younger siblings. Anyways, once I was finished cleaning the bathroom, she came back upstairs. We were sitting in my room, and she was talking about how cute Ari is. A lot of you guys know who Ari is. That's my younger sister. And then she was like, did you know the little boy Lander down there does not like you? Ha 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 ha. And I'm like, excuse me, how do you even know that? Because this little boy never speaks, so how does she know that? So I was like, he physically told you that? She was like, yeah, like questioning, yeah. Anyways, back to the story. She was like, he said that you think he's bad and you're very mean to him. And I'm sitting here in complete utterly shock, like, why is he speaking more than one word to this girl that he has never met before when he's never speaking to us, when we have babysat him for literally over a year? So me and Abby both go to my mom and we tell her exactly what he said. And mind you, Abby is the sweetest girl out there. I haven't talked to her in a while. Abby, if you're watching this, I love and miss you. Anyways, we tell her what happened, and her first reaction was like, oh my gosh, that's so great. Like, he never speaks to anyone. I'm so happy that he spoke to you. Yay, you need to come around more. Ha 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 ha. And then my mom sat here and screamed at me because he told Abby that I was mean to him when I'm not mean to this little boy. I love kids. But of course, my mom believes everything that everyone else says, but not me, not Gianna, not her daughter. So I got in trouble and I got screamed at. At that point, I was kind of mad at everyone because now I'm getting screamed at for literally something that I didn't do. Like, I am not mean to this little boy, and apparently I am mean to him according to him. According to the little boy that does not even speak. But again, my mom believes everything everyone else says. It's fast forward a couple hours. Nothing had happened between the couple hours. Me and Abby went up to my room. We were like hanging out, whatever, so we didn't really see the kids. I ended up going to the bathroom and I took a little bit too long. I was going so about 20 minutes goes by. By the way, it's about 1 a.m. at this point. I go back to my room and she's not in there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where the heck is Abby? Like, she doesn't know her way around my house. Back downstairs and she's literally playing with the toy train with Lander, and I'm like, it's 1 a.m. My mom is going to beat all of our butts. She sees that he's up right now and we're playing with him. Again, we had a very strict bedtime in that house. Like, if you're under the age of 10 in that house, you had to be in bed by like 8:45, something like that. I don't really remember. Then I start feeling bad because she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea he came up with the toy train, and he was like, play with me. And I'm like, girl, it's okay. He just needs to go to sleep. He lays on the couch. I put a blanket over him, and me and Abby went back upstairs. A couple hours go by. Me and Abby end up falling asleep because it's like 3 a.m. at this point. I get woken up to a knock on my door, and I'm a very heavy sleeper, so I was very surprised that it woke me up. Open my bedroom door, and it's literally the toy train. He is nowhere to be found. No one is at my door. It's literally a toy train, and I'm like, I'm being pranked right now. It's literally 3 a.m. Y'all all need to go to sleep. Stop trying to prank me, because I heard a knock at my door, and it's the toy train. But my 14-year-old self was literally freaking out. I wake up Abby. I'm like, Abby, please wake up. Everything I told you about this little boy, it's real. Like, look at the toy train. Well, I'm like, I'm not about to be called crazy again, so I go to try to wake up my mom, and she's like, get out of my room. I'm sleeping. It's 3 a.m. Get out of my room. I'm sleeping. I'm like, me and Abby decided to go downstairs to check this all out. And he was awake. And I'm like, I told you, Abby. I told you. That little motherfucker is creepy. But I just remember walking back into the living room, and she gives me the biggest blank stare ever. And she's like, he wants to know why you took his toy train. Just like that. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to lose this friend over a creepy boy. At this point, I'm trying to get Lander to talk to me. And I'm like, hi, buddy. Just talk to me, please. She looks over at me and she goes, Gianna, he's not going to talk to you. Like, with like mucus in her throat, like about to cry. Again, at this point, I have no idea why she's scared yet. At this point, this 5-year-old little boy is literally giving me the death stare. I'm like, let's go back upstairs. Right when we get back upstairs, she's like, I don't know what this is, Gianna, but I'm about to call my mom to come pick me up. At this point, I'm like, Abby, just tell me what he said. There has to be a logical reason for everything that's happened. I'm gonna try to quickly finish the story because this story ends in the most disturbing thing ever. So basically, she asked Lander, like, hey, buddy, why'd you put the train by our door? And he was like, I didn't, she did, and pointed to the corner of the room. She said she looked over and she saw nothing, and she was like, hey, buddy, like, is that your friend? Is that who you're pointing to? He goes, no, that's my sister. Just wait. I don't believe in stuff like this because I am the believe it to see it type person, but this story literally had me believing in ghosts. I'm just kidding, but it was insane. He basically told Abby that his invisible sister doesn't like me, and that's why he doesn't like me. A whole bunch of really creepy stuff happened that night, but this video is literally already 7 minutes long, so I'm just gonna get straight to the point. Mind you, this little boy was playing with the lights, flickering them on and off all night. Would not stop talking about his sister. Let me get straight to the point. We found out that he had a sister that he had no idea about that passed away in the womb. And we found that out through his mom after we had to ask her about what this little boy was talking about. After that incident, we did not babysit him anymore because she was really confused on how he even knew about her, and his own mother was really creeped out as well. So basically this entire time, his sister that had passed away in the womb that he had no idea about was following him around our house for over a year, or all the time that we babysat him. Because again, this 5-year-old little boy did not know that he had a sister. Peace out.